The most common occupation for fourth-quarter donors to 2020 Democratic presidential candidate Senator Bernie Sanders is teacher, his campaign said Thursday. The Vermont senator raised more than $34.5 million in the final months of 2019, rounding out the fourth quarter with the largest campaign donations a 2020 Democratic presidential candidate has announced. Sanders brought in a total of $96 million in donations during 2019, with an average campaign donation of about $18. The campaign also noted in a press release the 5 most common employers for Sanders' donors were Amazon, Starbucks, Walmart, the U.S. Postal Service and Target. From Bernie news release, $34.5 million in fourth quarter 2019 from 1.8 million donations. Average donation $18.53. 99.9% of donors have not maxed out. Most common donor occupation, teacher. Employers, Amazon, Starbucks, Walmart, USPS, Target. pic.twitter.com/ompt3swarry3g, Byron York, @Byron York, January 2, 2020 Sanders' donations compare to lower numbers from his fellow Democratic candidates. Former South Bend, Indiana, Mayor Pete Buttigieg said he brought in $24.7 million in the fourth quarter. Rep. Tulsi Gabbard of Hawaii raised $3.4 million, and former Vice President Joe Biden and Massachusetts Sen. Elizabeth Warren have not announced their donations. Related, former California school teacher says teachers' unions are at the root of progressive sex education. Warren previously announced a goal of $20 million, thereby lowering expectations for her fourth-quarter haul. News that Sanders' most common donors are teachers comes as conservatives become increasingly worried about progressive education. Public schools across the country have begun teaching progressive sex education, gender theory and political ideology. Parents have protested that their children are being taught explicit sexual material that violates their religious beliefs and encourages dangerous sexual behavior, regardless of parental consent. Over the summer, the conservative group Our Watch discovered that the American Civil Liberties Union was coaching California public school teachers how to help students obtain abortions without parental consent. Also, the largest teachers' union in the U.S. took a pro-abortion stance in July and promised to vigorously oppose all attacks on Roe v. National Education Association, NEA vigorously opposes all attacks on the right to choose and stands on the fundamental right to abortion under Roe v. Wade, the National Education Association said in July. Through existing media channels, the NEA will honor the leadership of women, non-binary, and trans people, and other survivors who have come forward to publicly name their rapists and attackers in the growing, international. Furthermore, the NEA will include an assertion of our defense of a person's right to control their own body, especially for women, youth, and sexually marginalized people. Content created by the Daily Caller News Foundation is available without charge to any eligible news publisher that can provide a large audience. For licensing opportunities of our original content, please contact licensing@dailycallernewsfoundation.org. Let's block ads. Why?